Neil Rogers. To get in touch and talk, call 751-WIOD in Dade, 524-WIOD in Broward, or 655-278-WIOD in the Palm Beaches. Other areas may call collect. The opinions expressed by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily those of the station. Now, here's Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
Where is Williams Island, do you know?
Williams Island, Tampa.
Oh, in Tampa.
It's a new shopping.
Because Wart Downey just bought a 2-bedroom condo there for $325.
Very nice.
Yeah, I kind of thought it would be around here. North Miami Beach, according to Roger. You say off Tampa?
It's off Tampa.
Biscayne Boulevard.
Biscayne.
Well, there's the Williams Island in Tampa.
Okay, there's a complex. Sophia Loren lives at Williams Island, North Miami Beach.
Yeah, that's what it says here. Sophia Loren, Frankie Valli, Whitney Houston, Billy Cunningham.
That's the one down here.
And now, Wart Downey Jr.
I was hoping Tampa.
Well, you're wrong. Wart is going to be living in town. I hate to say this because, the guy's made millions and millions of dollars, and I begrudge him absolutely nothing, but it's wearing pretty thin now. It's getting pretty ponderous.
Yeah, no question.
He's run out of people that are willing to beat each other up, and the guests are really terminal. Last night, I turned it on for a couple of minutes, and he had some weird political guy with freaky hair, looked like one of those 60s rejects with a long hair and aging. It was pretty ponderous.
Correct.
And the audience was going, like that. And they hadn't even said hello yet, and they were doing that. So it's getting a little desperate. Anyway, it's 10:06 at WIOD. Yes, we do have, Virginia, all the ratings, but we have several things. I mean, just several little things that I got to do here. First of all, I have to correct my mistake. First one I've made since I came in yesterday morning, about the Armadillo Cafe.
Oh.
Because I went by there yesterday on the way home from my mother's house.
Yeah.
And it's on Davie Road Extension, and it's in a little, it looks like kind of a little country and western shopping center. See, the Shops of Davie is what threw me, because I've always thought that Shops of Davie was on University at Griffin Road, and that's why I kept saying the little public shopping center. That's where that barber is. Remember the barber, our friend who used to come in and come? JT. He's in there.
Oh.
I think.
What a shopping center.
And I thought that said the Shops of Davie there. Now, somebody will call in and tell us what the name of that shopping center is. That is not even close to where the Armadillo Cafe is. The Armadillo Cafe is on the southeast corner of the intersection of Davie Road and Griffin, which is just what it says in my copy. And, of course, luckily, I haven't had to go over there because they brought the food here.
Yeah.
And when you're on the diet, you don't go over there and have a sit-down meal, because having a sit-down meal is what the real killer is.
Oh.
So I just wanted to correct that and point out where it is, because I bet I've got a lot of people confused. Somebody will let us know. Trust me.
I forgot my little sandwich today, speaking of food. Can we beg for something? A salad or something easy and simple? And
I don't know. We
minor?
tried it on Monday, and the response was absolutely Zippo. And like I said, I think we've lost the magic touch. I don't think they care. No, they don't. They don't care about us anymore. And I know I said we didn't want a lot of food in here, but the salad, anytime the salads come in, there's no problem for me. And a little sandwich for you, something, weighing less than 7 pounds.
The salad will
Okay, now, secondly, Mike Spindell called me at home yesterday, and Mike, of course, overly sensitive because he used to be in this business, or close to it. And he went through a thing about people told him I ripped him yesterday. I didn't rip him at all. He's a great guy. We all love Mike. It's just that the tape showed up late. And he gave me the story about how he didn't put enough postage on it. It rang a bell, because you remember that Fat Rich told us he sent us a tape with not enough postage, and it was embarrassing. And it went to the dead letter file, and we had a big song to dance, and we finally got it. And I said to him, don't worry about it, because we got a whole box full of quality tapes now, including some more that came in today. Some real good ones, too. I'm excited about that. The rest of your stuff is in the wastebasket. Now, if it was one that you got that you resent, that was blank, that you got back blank, a few of those happened. Don't panic. We're not throwing those out. We'll redo them. But if it was just, like the one guy sends me a check for Camilla's house, which is great, and he says, I heard you say that it was too late, and he sends a tape anyway.
My favorite.
Which is nice. I appreciate it very much. Believe me, I'm going to have a collection at home, man. It's going to be fantastic. I can record my own Best of Neil or something, because I got enough cassettes to choke a horse. So don't worry, Mike. We'll get it straightened out. I'm sure Rich has got your address, or if not, we'll do something. We'll have him deliver it personally. That was number 2. Number 3, I didn't see the story because we just were busy doing some things. About the uniforms that they want kids to wear in the elementary schools in Dade County. I heard the story this morning on our news, and I got to tell you, that to me is one of the most grotesque, one of the most frightening things I've ever heard in my life. It reminds me of the Hitler Youth all over again. They do it in private school, that's bad enough, but I guess we can't control what they do in private schools. But the idea that we're going to have all these little kids dressed up in these little uniforms, I almost said brown uniforms. I'm not sure I know what color they're going to be, but it doesn't make any difference. But I can just envision them goose-stepping, while El Presidente is leading them in the Pledge of Allegiance. Boy, that conjures up some really sick images in my mind. And speaking of sick, Oprah yesterday hit rock bottom.
Sick.
Rock bottom. She had a show about autistic savants because of the movie Rain Man has created so much interest, and they showed a fairly lengthy clip from Rain Man at the beginning.
Uh-huh.
And they had on two. And I was at my mother's having lunch, and, of course, lunch was starting to come back up again. It's one thing to look at it in a movie and to understand it, appreciate it, but know that in the movie it's only acting. It's only make-believe.
Only a movie.
It's another thing for people, and she made a comment about a third of the way into the show, which was the tip-off. She said, we're not exploiting Robert, or whatever his name was. We want you to understand that. We're not exploiting him. We just want people to understand this. And what a crock of crap that was. All they were doing was exploiting these two poor guys who both were autistic savants. The second one, who played the piano, and who allegedly could listen to any piece of music played and then repeat it on the piano.
Mm-hmm.
And they played some Chopin thing, and look at that, the phone works now. Mitch is a magician, there's no question about it. That's where we went wrong. We should have got Mitch in here right off the bat.
Yeah.
In a floop swell, as we were known to say. He just got that thing. They're all flashing at the same time. Anyway, she brought, and he listened to the thing, and then he started bumbling on the piano, and, it was tragic. It's sad. It was sad. And the thing that bothered me the most is that here is this miserable bitch exploiting, and I shouldn't put her alone, because all these talk shows now, it's nothing but exploitation. Exploiting these two poor guys and putting them on display. Do you remember how in the carnival there used to be sideshows, freak shows, and there was the fat lady, and there were the midget, and there were the, I'm sure, autistic people or whatever. People who were bizarre were put on display, and people used to pay to look at them and laugh and gawk. And that's like what it was. I don't give a damn how many disclaimers she did. That was what it was, and it made me sick. It was nauseating. Oprah, you are a slime ball, okay, honey? A true slime ball. And all of those TV talk shows, man, that's what it's gotten to. It just gets worse and worse.
Your horse won yesterday.
My horse came in?
Stolen Rolls.
Stolen Rolls with Mike Gonzalez.
Absolutely won.
What did it pay?
$6.30.
No, let me see that. $6.30. Where do you get it? $6.30 is a time. It's not a price.
That's when it came in?
Yeah, that's probably the time it came in. No, oh my God! 6.5 to 1. A horse paid $14.60. Won by a length with Mike Gonzalez. I gave you this horse, ladies and gentlemen. What was the one you gave out?
Well, Turn the Channel did not come in.
What race was that in?
10th.
In the 10th race.
Desperate.
Turn the Channel was a desperate 6th. Went off at 4.5 to 1.
What does that
So
tell
you're
you?
still cold, but I'm right on top of it, man. And look at that. The trifecta in that race paid $344.40. And the bet 3, that was the third leg of the bet 3. Oh, look at that. Well, you couldn't have had it. The middle one, the horse in the middle was 99 to 1, paid $201.60. And the bet 3 paid $4,487.20.
Incredible.
Gulfstream. So my first pick at Gulfstream, ladies and gentlemen, is a winner.
Man,
How do you like that?
I'm astounded.
For $14.60 with Mike Gonzalez. And the chalk ran second, so that was an easy perfecta for $48.80. But that's the way it goes. So anyway, we did Oprah, we did the Armadillo Cafe, we did Mike Spindell, and I mentioned the thing about the uniforms, which I
can't find.
Huh? You can't find the story?
I can't find local, and I can't find...
Well, it was kind of hectic this morning. Sonny did a tremendous job under duress. 5:20 this morning.
I understand.
Roger had a call from Bob Soper that he was under the weather, if you pardon that expression. Would you say that about... Oh, also, where were we hearing yesterday? Was it when we were in here, or did somebody tell me that Dan Rather came in 8th?
Oh, Sanchez was talking about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The CBS Evening News, which ordinarily I'm sure is 1 or 2, at the worst is number 2.
He's talking locally, yeah.
Yeah, in the market, came in 8th the first week on Channel 6.
Yeah.
Beaten by such powerhouses as Channel 33 and 39, so When I tell you that Channel 6 has got signal problems and CBS bought themselves some real headaches, and, of course, he brought out a good point, and that is what's going to happen nationally, because this is one of the major markets, and that's going to have a little bit of an effect on the national picture, because you know those tenths of a point and hundreds of a point and that stuff.
And they're so close, the three.
Yeah.
Even news are
That's correct. So good luck to you, Dan, because you're going to need to talk louder, Dan. That's all I can tell you, baby. Because I worked on stations like that where they could barely hear you. And on TV, it's the additional problem. Not only can the audio be, although the audio is fine, it's just the picture that sucks, okay? All right, now we have all of the ratings that anybody in the world could ever want to see, and I'm sure that we have all the people in the business are tuned in right now because most of them work for very paranoid management who doesn't want to tell them too much information. In fact, sometimes if the book is bad enough, they give them no information. They just give them a pink slip about 3 weeks later.
That's right.
So we've got it all here, and knock on wood, boy, we did miraculously well here for just having been here 5 weeks. I mean, astonishingly well. Ranieri had a giant book, and the station overall, a 4.8 12+. That's the entire week. That's the second highest number for WIOD in the modern history of the market. I say modern history because back in the old days when there only were a handful of stations, QAM and FUN and this one, all of the stations had enormous numbers because there were only a few stations.
4.8.
4.8, which is the biggest in 10 years. And in the next one, in the winter book, in the next trend, we'll go over a 5. Mark my words on it. Depend on it, as they say. And, of course, our friends over at that other station where we used to work, well, they're gonna be singing. They got a couple of little numbers in there, in some very narrow demographics. I think men 25 to 34. In the afternoon, they had a big number and one other one. But other than that, man, and especially in the morning, they took a dive, seldom seen in the history, so quickly in 6 weeks.
I've never seen anything
seldom
like that.
seen in the history of this business. That's how fast they are diving over at Zeta, where they allegedly turned the corner.
It could be historic.
And you know something? It couldn't happen to more deserving people. And I do. There are some exceptions, like Caprita, who's sick. I wonder why Dave is under the weather. And Gonzer's a good guy. I mean, not much of a talent, but he's a good guy. Not any talent, but a good guy.
They love him.
And John Ford's a good guy, but again, he's not on the air. But as far as the rest of them over there, and no, I shouldn't say that. KC's a good guy.
We never got to know Mike
So we should
Lyons.
talk about Mike Lyons, I'm sure, is a terrific talent.
Kimba.
Kimba's a wonderful human being, no question about that, but she doesn't figure in the numbers because she's on overnight. There are no numbers. So anyway, I'll try not to do too ponderous, okay, because I know some of you get real upset when we get into a long draw. You don't understand these, and they don't mean anything to you, and you don't care. But please understand that there are a lot of people in the business whose livelihoods depend on this godforsaken business and these numbers, and they're out there very nervous, and they want to hear any little tidbit of information they can get, okay? So that's the name of that tune. I can't believe the phone, man. It's just like a real normal phone today. It's shocking. Shocking. 10:18 at WIOD, and I want to tell you about 10:22 at WIOD. Now, just before we get into the ratings, we should take some of these calls, because some of these, we don't want these people waiting on here forever, do we?
Do we?
Miami, hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Neil.
Yep.
How you doing?
Okay.
This is Jim.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, one of your greatest listeners is named Julie Roth.
Julie?
Yeah. She works in the Grove.
Yeah.
And today's her birthday.
Well, happy birthday, Julie.
That's all, Neil.
Okay, Jim.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I see what you were saying. You do have to take some of these calls. You're
Now,
right.
come on, that was good. Julie's probably listening right now. We made her whole day. I mean, this stuff, we got this stack of stuff for as long as Spike lets us have it. And if he wants to take him away, good luck to him. We'll keep his car locked in there all day out in the parking lot. By the way, this morning I parked in Savannah, Georgia. I want you to know I had to leave real early to come to work. I mean, you talk about a parking mess here. The people over at Channel 7 have beefed up their staff, if we can say that.
Yeah, Spencer said he can't wash your car. It's way too far. It's not in the...
Spencer's already got my $10, okay?
Just kidding.
All right, let's take one in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Listen, I'm the guy that sent you the Freeway and Spigot cassette.
Thank you, sir. You're a great American. We will never forget it.
All right. Well, I wanted to get that back because on that is the bits from the last time you did all the taping.
Really?
I got the one cassette back from for the new bits when I sent the check.
Right. I sent that to you personally, by the way. I did that.
Yeah. Well, the only thing is you only recorded on one channel because I've got your program on one speaker and the bits coming out of the other. But that's
What?
okay. Yeah.
Well, that saves a lot of time.
Well, anyhow.
Well, that's what happens when you send us cassettes that have got other junk on it.
All right, that's no
I have no
problem.
idea what kind of machines Rich was using to dub those, but...
That's no problem. I'm not complaining about that.
He said that did happen, remember? He said that. Yeah.
But I was wondering if I could get the cassette back.
No chance.
Oh, Neil.
No, of course you can get the cassette back. Of course. I just, it's at the house somewhere. I don't know.
All right.
Somewhere.
If I left my name and address with you...
No, not with me, with Roger.
Or with Roger.
I can't take your name and address unless you want to put it on the air.
That doesn't matter.
No.
I'll leave it with Roger if you like. If you want to put me on hold. And
please.
Then just send it to me.
See, I appreciate the tape, but I appreciate it a little bit less now because you've made things so complicated.
I know. Well,
if you would have said there, send this back to me.
I explained that in the note when
I don't read. I don't have time to read notes.
You read it
when
on
you've got 1,000 tapes coming in. You don't have time for notes.
You read it on the air and you were confused because I listened.
Yeah. See, we didn't understand it.
Okay. If you put me on hold, I'll give my name and address, and if you.
Now, where did you buy that? You buy it at Kmart in Cincinnati? Is that where you bought that tape?
No, I bought it here in Florida.
Okay, because I want to make sure if we send you the tape back, it's the right one.
Okay.
It's on Oak Street, I think, on Kmart. Okay, hold on, sir.
Kmart sucks.
That's correct. Hold on. All right, I have no idea where he is, but Roger's on top of that. Okay, it's 10:25 at WIOD. See, that, and by the way, as far as the tapes are concerned, that's it. If you got one that was blank, if you got one that had 87 channels, good luck to you. Okay, have a wonderful life with it. Fondle it, caress it, do whatever you want with it. That's it. Okay, and Rich did most of the work, but I'm exhausted. Yeah. It was a wonderful thing. It went on for a good long time, and we raised over 37 grand for the Camilla's house. Marvelous. Okay, we entertain a lot of people with all those bits and all the stuff, and great. Okay, but it's all over. Trust me when I tell you it's all over. And any tape, I'm not even going to waste the time. The only two things I will look for is to see if there's a check somewhere in the envelope for Camilla's house, which, we got a couple here today. And then throw the blank, the tape, whatever it is, blank or otherwise, in this new box that I've got here. See this? I got a new carton back here.
Look at that.
Some good ones in there, too, by the way. Some real expensive Maxells and Sonys. Thank you so much for adding to my collection. Okay?
Oh, you'll get more. There'll be more.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be trickling in. But,
sure.
But I want to say it as emphatically as I know how. This is it, okay? No more. If your tape had pornographic messages on it, no matter what was on there, in fact, probably you want to keep that, right? But, I mean, whatever it is, you're stuck with it. That's it, okay? Because we've given ample time now, right?
And this includes
ample
blanks.
Time, including blanks or whatever it is. Okay, let's go to Hollywood. Hello.
Good morning, Neil.
Hi.
How are you?
Great.
I haven't had a chance to call, but you mentioned a couple things in the last few days. I want to take some time and call you. First of all, what you mentioned this morning about the uniforms.
Yeah.
Just for a second, take another look at it, because I know my two girls go to private school, and I wish that they did have them put uniforms on.
Why?
Only because I have a 6.5 and a 7.5-year-old daughters, and you have no idea what we go through in the morning getting dressed for school with outfits and having bows matching and things like that, so that the girls can stay in fashion with everyone else in school. I would like it only because it would make life a little easier. I don't think it would take away their individualism, because they both are pretty strong individuals. And I think it would make it a lot. It would make it a lot easier, even on the family. But I know of one private school in particular. What they do is the kids wear uniforms Monday through Thursday, and Friday is a free day. You can dress any way you'd like.
Well, let me just say it to you. And of course, it's a free country. You're entitled to your opinion. It offends me so deeply. And everything that it symbolizes is so disgusting, the idea that we're taking kids and putting them in little uniforms like they all came out of a cookie cutter, and they all have to look the same and goose-step the same, and I'm sorry, I can't, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I think it's disgusting.
Wait, but I think you're talking about the old parochial school uniforms. Have you seen some of them lately?
No.
I mean, some of them are colored little IZOD shirts.
I don't care what they are. I really don't care what they are. I don't want the state...
Yeah.
Or in this case, the local school board deciding what kids are going to be wearing to school. I mean, having a dress code is one thing, and that's fine if it's reasonable, if it makes sense.
But you know what? I felt the same way that you did until I had children and started dressing them for school.
No.
I mean, really,
I don't agree with you. I think you're making much ado about nothing. I don't think you'd have to go through a big song and a dance to dress kids for school. However, as long as it's within the dress code and they're comfortable and you're comfortable, keeping up with the Joneses or worrying about what everybody else is looking like. I don't think that is significant. I think, school is a place for learning, not for a fashion show.
I realize that, but today's generation is a lot different. If you go visit some of the elementary schools, you wouldn't believe it. You would see what we're talking about. Anyway.
Well, like what?
It's not even that they're keeping up with the Joneses. It's just that every little girl is into it's not, people are into fashion now, whether it costs a lot or it doesn't cost a lot. And
well, yeah, but you see, if you want to send your kids to school for the purpose of getting a good education, they don't have to worry about what anybody else is wearing, as long as they're dressed neatly and within whatever the dress code is.
Right, but when you were little...
It's not that complicated.
Well, but when you were little, didn't you want what everybody else
No. Not when I went to school. Everybody dressed basically the same, and there wasn't any dress code, and there weren't any uniforms, and everybody basically, within certain parameters, wore informal sports shirts and pants and skirts and blouses and whatever, and that was it. There was no, nobody cared about what anybody else was wearing in school.
But I think the fashion trends then were a lot simpler than they are now.
Well, then maybe the parents of this country ought to decide that, fashion trends are less important than good education, okay?
Well, no, I don't. Look, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, my children are there to learn and to study, but I'm just saying that if...
All the rest is. But I mean, as far as the school board of the state making uniforms, don't you understand how disgusting that is? I mean, every place that happens, it represents a certain authoritarian kind of mentality, and I can't buy into it. It's disgusting.
Okay, but what about, let's say, in some of the public schools, where some children, where it's a mixed community, where some children are a little bit more fortunate than the others? I think what they're trying to do is make everyone be judged as an individual instead of the material things that they're wearing.
Well, I don't know. When I went to school, I think there was more emphasis placed on, who was getting 90s and who was in the top 10 or 15 students in the class, as opposed to who was wearing designer jeans, And if that's something that the peddlers of clothing have conned the parents into, then that's the parents' fault, okay, not anybody else's.
Okay. Anyway, second thing.
Yeah.
Just a note that you might pass on to Camilla's house. Did you know that I was in a Publix last week and I found out that whatever is not sold in Publix at that day is trashed?
Yeah, they're aware of that.
They are aware?
Yeah.
Okay. All righty then. Just take care now.
Okay, you have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye. 10:31. She's a nice lady and she's entitled to her opinion, but I don't know it's even worth having a discussion on this show. It'd be a good topic for Steve.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good contrived debate, and it's a real hot topic, evidently, but I just, oh, God, does that rub me the wrong way. The idea in a public school of having the state or the school board decide little uniforms that all the kids are going to wear. Have them all look the same. Pretty soon we'll have them all think the same, and we'll have, instead of individual names, they'll just be like letters, A, B, C, D, or numbers. Wouldn't that be good? I wonder if George Orwell would like this. Okay, we got an open line in Broward. I don't know whether to scream or eat a banana, to be honest with you, because I started with all these calls. Now the phones are filling up, and I want to give these numbers out. What should we do? Got a real crisis on our hands.
Well, you said it was...
so much to do and so little time in which to do it.
You said it was vital that we take these calls first.
Well, that was a good call.
Yeah, it was a good call.
And the birthday call, even though you didn't like it, that was nice.
Well, critical.
Oh, wait a minute. Ratings, I vote. What was that? What is he trying to say?
I don't know.
Roger, what are you trying to say? I would like to...
hear the ratings.
Oh, you want to hear about the ratings?
Sure.
Okay, so those of you on hold, I don't want you to get... Well, let's take one or two more because we got a break coming. No, seriously, and then we'll get into the ratings. We'll do it at length. Kendall, hello.
Hi, Neil.
How are you?
Glenn, how are you?
Fine.
Good. Hey, the guy with the tape, you should have just told him, can't be done.
Yeah, that's right.
No,
Good thinking.
I don't want to be redundant on this, but I had the same opinion as you do. Here come the brown shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Until...
What a disgust... Oh, wait a minute, you changed your mind?
Well, my daughter, 13 years old.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I said, in this she listens to the show. They won't let her play the I-95 song at school. I don't understand that. But anyway, she said, but it would eliminate a lot of peer pressure.
Uh-huh.
Certain class of kids, they dress better. They look down on the kids that don't. So that's the only comment. I don't want to elaborate.
Yeah, but you see, I know it's hard to be an individualist, and even in the 60s, everybody claimed to be an individualist, but they all looked and smelled like each other. They all wound up emulating each other. But one of the very difficult things in life, to be a real individual, is to not give a damn about what other people think. And that's such an important thing to teach kids, instead of trying to have them all looking the same and keeping up with everybody else. It's not important. Those are not the kinds of artificial things, don't mean anything. They don't count. They really don't.
Like you said, they are there to get an education.
That's correct,
so
period.
Let's eliminate a little bit of the friction, possibly. By
dressing them all up the same?
Well,
oh, gee.
I hate it too, but then when my daughter said what she did...
Well, your daughter isn't... I'm sure she's a bright young girl and all of that, or hopefully she is.
Hopefully.
But she's not mature enough to make that kind of a decision. That's something you as the parent have to decide, and you understand the implications of it a lot more clearly than she does.
That's true.
Trust me.
Hope so.
Okay.
Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
10:34 at WIOD. I want to tell you about Siam's doll, but we got a lot of food talk on the show here. 10:39, 21 before 11 at WIOD. And now let's see, was going to have a guest today.
Oh, he canceled.
Who canceled because of the birth of twins.
Correct.
Tom Rogers of Victory House on turning gays straight and AIDS and the clergy. Do you get the feeling that Steve has an obsession with a certain topic on that show?
Our Steve?
Yeah. I thought that was the straight show. Anyway, let's get to these numbers now, because Roger's going to be apoplectic if we don't get into all of these heavy numbers here. 12 plus, 6 to midnight. Number one station in the market, of course, although a big drop to a 7 was WLYF.
Huh.
Life.
Bliss. A 7?
Yeah, down from a 7.9.
Incredible.
WHQT, hot. Keith Isley's got those crayons working.
Told you.
4.9, up from a 2.9.
Told you.
Number
they would
2 in the market.
Real well. Number
3, WIOD, up from a 4 to a 4.8. I'll say it again, it's the highest number for this station in 10 years. And the cume was number 1. We had a cume of 3. That means the total number of people listening to the station. 398,100. That's a monstrous cume. That's a gigantic cume. Number 1, AM, FM. Even Woofy Radio didn't touch it. Power was 4th with a 4.4, way down. CMQ is Spanish. Joy had a big book. They went up to a 4. They were 6th. EDR with a 3.9. They were off quite a bit, tied for 7th with the Magic. Magic went down a little bit, down to a 3.9, but still very good demographics. Wacky, which is Spanish, was tied with 9th with QBA, also no speaking English. Y100 dropped from a 3.9 down to a 3.6, and it's interesting, Sonny went up, but he's gone. So it's another one of those mess with success. Get rid of the people who are doing well and keep the garbage. So congratulations to our good friends over there at Y100 for dropping from the spring of 4.3 now down to a 3.6 and dropping rapidly. W Snooze, big drop. Oh, must be a mistake, huh? From a 4.8 in the summer book, which was a total fluke, and to a 3.6, tied for 11th with Y100.
Man,
W Snooze, big drop. Big drop.
Big surprise.
Kiss went up from a 2.5 to a 3.5. They're 13th. Followed by Gloves 94, which had a big bounce back up, which I know depresses you. They went from a 2.9 to a 3.4. WINZ from a 2.8 back up to a 3.3.
Kicking ass with 50,000 watts of power all over South Florida. From the Keys to the Palm Beaches, even out to the Bahamas. This is WINZ.
Yeah. Good luck to you. Waxy was about flat with a 3.1.
Yeah.
TMI, GTR from a 4.1 to a 2.8. They really got butchered in 1 month in the book, but I'm not going to make any alibis for them. WXDJ was the big story of this book with some of the most bizarre and hard-to-believe numbers in the history of Arbitron. They went from a 1.7 to a 2.4 in 12 plus, but when you hear some of the individual demographics, you'll begin to wonder just exactly what they're smoking in Beltsville, Maryland, okay? I mean, some really weird numbers for... What do they call it? The whisper? The wave?
The whisper? No, the wave.
I used to call it the whisper. Okay, 25 to 54.
No,
wait a minute. I'm sorry. We ought to go. Oh, this
we only got down to
2.4.
Yeah, but there's one I want to hear.
Oh, you want to hear Zeta?
Yeah, you only got down to 2.4.
Oh, jeez. If we go through all of this, we'll never take any more calls.
We don't have to go through
today.
all of it, but
Zeta went down from a 2.4 to a 1.8. They're back under a 2 for the first time since we went over there.
I want to hear who they're around.
Well, they tied WEAT-FM, which is in West Palm Beach, and they just edged out WFTL, who had a 1-7, and of course you can only hear FTL right under their tower. They did beat Radio Suave, who had a 1-2, WMBM with a 1-1, and QAM, which had a .7.
Yeah.
They did beat some big shooters, no question about that.
Now, did she beat Zeta, correct? Now, when she beat
I didn't give she.
A 2, I think. Had a 2?
Well, just relax now. You're getting carried away.
Well,
she had a 2.
Yeah, when you get beat by she.
And that's correct. Zeta is the third among the AOR stations now. They're last.
Shocker.
And dropping rapidly.
A lot of surprises.
Okay, persons 12 plus in the day parts. Okay, in the morning, number 1, WAQI, Espanol, they don't count. Mike Ranieri, a 6'2", up from a 5'5", so he's number 1 in the market, really, with a gigantic cum of 181,000.
Excellent.
And congratulations to Mike. And get back from the vacation, will you please? I mean, cut it out already, okay? Enough is enough. Life with a 5'8", down from a 6'7". Life is falling, because most of their listeners are dying, I think, is part of the problem. QBA had a 5.5 in the morning. HYI, Y100 had a 4.6. So Sonny had gone up a half a point, but he's gone.
Yeah.
Winds a 4.0 to a 4.2. They're about flat. They went up a little bit. Magic a 3.6 to a 3.9. This is 12 plus in the morning. Hot from a 2.0 to a 3.8. They almost doubled their audience. They're up to 8th in the market. EDR stayed flat with a 3.7. CMQ we don't talk about. It's Espanol, no speak it Inglés. Power a 3.8 down to a 3.4. Tanner had a little drop there, so to speak. Joy 3.4. Kiss a 3.3, up a half a point. Love, Gregory Benjamin from a 3.2 to a 3.3. So he's creeping along.
Flat. Sounds flat to
come
me.
on, leave him alone, will you?
Okay, big
BTR 3.6 to a 3.1, but again, I'm not going to say it. I know that Spike would want me to alibi. They had a screwed up month there in the book. Waxy a 2.8 to a 3. WNWS from a 4.9 in the morning to a 3. 3. But if Dennis is listening. Now we come to the real good one. WZTA Zeta 94.9 from a 5.4 to a 2.8. In only 6 weeks, they lost half the audience.
Never in my career have I
Seldom
ever
in the
seen
history of broad chasing has there been.
Never. Have I ever seen
then followed, it's not even worth going to the rest of them. She won 1.3 to a 1.7 in the morning. And that's about all that's worth talking about, okay? Now, I've got to put the paper clip back on these because I've got so much stuff here. I feel like I'm in Washington and they've opened up all kinds of classified documents.
So you look like... You look like that, like you're in front
all right,
of
12 plus midday. Life had an 8.3. Okay?
Incredible.
Joy had a 5.3. Life was down almost 2 points. Magic tied with Joy for second with a 5.3. This is 12 plus. WIOD from a 3.3 to a 4.6. We were fourth in midday. That's the highest number the station's had in midday in 400 years. And we were only here 5 weeks. So it extrapolates out to about the last 5 weeks we were doing about a 6.7 to a 7.
Now, it was higher than Bill McQueig's numbers?
A little bit, yeah. Followed by CMQ, KISS, W Snooze. Now, this is the, I don't understand this. Sandy dropped from a 4.9 to a 3.9 in midday. How did we beat Sandy and we were only here 5 weeks? And we out-cumed her and everything. I don't understand. Gloves 2.9 to a 3.9. Hot 2.3 to a 3.5. Waxy a 3.2 to a 3.4 in midday. And Power, big drop, 5.2 to a 3.1.
That Kramer.
GTR 4.4 to a 3. But again, XDJ 1.9 to a 3. Y100 3.5 down to a 2.8 in midday. That's where they had a big drop in midday. That 10-year-old program director better get his stuff together. Wins 2.1 to a 2.6. They had a little pickup there midday. Must have been a couple of exciting news stories. QBA, she had a 2.1 in midday. Now, let's see. FTL a 1.8. We're still looking. Suave a 1.7. And here it is, the Jeff Gonzer Show. Ladies and gentlemen, a little increase from a 1.4 to a 1.6. Woo! He is doing it.
They're obsessed with him.
Okay, 3 to 7, 12 plus. Life, 7.2. Hot, 5.2. Joy, a 5. Power, a 4.8, down a 1.5. Cox is not going to be calling us today. Y100 a 4 to a 4.5 in the afternoon. So the big drop, I guess, was in midday and maybe at night. CMQ, Magic from a 5.2 to a 4.3 in midday or an afternoon drive. Like I said, their music has changed and they're messing with success. WIOD, Steve went from a 4.4 to a 3.9 in the afternoon. Although his Q went up, the length of listenership went down a little, but the Q went up. EDR 4.2 down to a 3.9. Alice from a 4.4 down to a 3.7. Uh-oh. As Dustin Hoffman would say, uh-oh. Love from a 2.7 to a 3.6. Kiss 2.4 to a 3.6. GTR 4.5 to a 2.8. Waxy 2.8 flat. WXDJ 2.1 to a 2.5, etc. Afternoon Winds 2.3 to a 2.4. She 2.1 to a 2.1. And Zeta from a 1.3 to a 1.8. Huh. And Mike Lyons is really doing it. Well, he had a big number somewhere in here, 25 to 34, somewhere in a 7. 7.3 if my memory is correct.
Ones.
Okay, this has got to be boring for people. Are you folks bored, by the way?
Not me.
If anybody in the audience is bored, bug off. Okay, let's see. 25 to 54. These are the important demographics. I will say this. We had, like, in men 25 to 34. Oh, this is frightening. This is shocking. Men 25 to 30. Oh, to 54. Okay, well, we'll get to that. All right, 25 to 54 persons. This is men and women. Magic was number 1 with a 6.6. Then Joy, CMQ, Love, EDR, IOD with a 4.7 was tied for 6th with Kiss. I don't think anybody cares about that. I think they care about the individual day parts, 25 to 54, don't they? They do. Magic 6.2, Wacky a 5.7, Mike Ranieri 5.3, third in the market in 25 to 54, a giant jump from a 3.9 to a 5.3. Followed by Joy, Y100 with a 4.8. EDR with a 4.7, Love with a 4.6, dropped a half a point, Kiss a 4.4, Waxy a 4.4, a big increase, GTR 4.7 to a 4, QBA 6.0 to a 3.7, Zeta, this is 25 to 54 in the morning, 7.1 to a 3.5. Uh-oh.
Turn the corner.
Uh-oh. See, you got to understand, when you've lost a little over half the audience in 6 weeks, you're doing almost nothing. You're doing almost a zero, because half of 7.1 is 3.55, and they got a 3.5.
0.1.
So if you add 7.1 the first 6 weeks and a 0 the last, well, you understand what I'm saying. Life, Hot went from a 1.9 to a 3.2 in the morning. Winds, 2.1 to a 2.7. That must be an accident. She, a 2.1. W Snooze 2.4 to a 1.7 in the morning. Their morning just went through the bottom, man. They just came back to where they belong, okay? When we get into those older demographics, they'll start showing up real heavy. Midday Love 3.8 to a 5.8. Who's on midday over there?
Gary Chase.
Gary Stevens, okay. I thought he was a jockey. WIOD midday 25 to 54, 2.7 to a 4.5, which means we were doing about close, I would say, to a 6.5 to a 7, somewhere in there. GTR 6.1 to a 3.6. They had some problems. One bad month. And Y100 3.4 to a 2.4. She 2.0 to a 2.3. Where is Gonzo on here? Oh, he stayed flat with a 1.9, okay? Afternoon drive, 3 to 7 p.m., 25 to 54. This has got to be so boring. Magic 7.6, number 1, dropping from an 8.9. Joy 7.1. They had a big book. Love 5.5. CMQ 5.5. Kiss a 4.7. Kiss did very well. EDR 4.6. IOD from a 5.1 to a 4.4, but still tied for 7th and beating the daylights out of the competition. XDJ 3.6 to a 4.4, which I believe is bogus. Life a 4.1. Waxy a 4.1. Y100 a 3.6. Who else are we looking for? Oh, Zeta 1.9 to a 2.4 an afternoon drive, 25 to 54. Heavens. That Mike Lyons is he's doing it. I'm telling you, he's doing it. Oh, also on the weekend used to be the big thing over there, wasn't it?
They did real great on the weekend.
For Zeta, if we can say that's still on the air. Oh, we're past the break. Well, we'll take it whenever the hell we feel like it, okay? Let me just look quickly at the weekend, because they used to have a big number on the weekend over at Zeta, huge number. That used to be their big, oh, look at that. We don't do much. We suck during the week, but on the weekend, IOD went from a 3.4 to a 5.2 on a weekend. That's 12 plus. That's the whole audience. Big increase. Wins from a 2.7 to a 3. W Snooze from a 4.5 to a 2.9. She from a 2.3 to a 2.1. And Zeta from a 2.2 to a 1.2. Lost half the audience. Okay, it's 10:52 at WIOD. We'll come back and wrap this boring stuff up right after this. 10:56 at WIOD. This call from Vero, this collect call. Is this a crank? Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Are you a crank caller, sir?
Am I a crank? No, I start my car the usual way with a key.
Okay. Can't be done, by the way.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to talk to you about the worst experience of anybody's life, and that is standing in the buffet line in back of somebody who's got to be 85 and moving at the speed of snail.
And how'd you like to have followed them in their car when they were going there?
No, this is worse, because the person in front of me, first of all, is just moving so slowly, and this is a Chinese buffet, and they're picking out the little shrimp from the shrimp chow mein to put on their plate.
Yeah, every time they go to the Chinese buffet, we have one of those in Plantation or Davie, and they go into the Chinese buffet and they pick all the meat out of the meat dishes and they leave all the vegetables and the onions, and there's nothing left when you get there.
That's right. That's right. But doing it in front of you and just picking and picking and picking, and you're waiting. It takes them about 5 minutes to get all the things that they want out of there.
Well, maybe a way to get even with them while they're picking in the food, maybe you could, like, be picking your nose or something, and, you know what I'm saying? Pretty gross, but it may be the only way to do it.
I don't think they'd notice.
No, probably not. They're probably too deeply into their work, so to speak.
That's.
Well, how you doing up in Vero? My God, I can't believe we have an honest-to-goodness, living and breathing person. We get a lot of hate from Vero, but that's about it.
Well, there's a lot of hate in Vero.
Yeah, I believe that, yeah. Yeah. I bet you they have a lot of sheet sales up there, too, don't they?
They do.
On the weekend, especially, at some of the malls, yeah.
Yeah, well, in West Vero.
Uh-huh.
But, no, it's nice up in Vero Beach.
Yeah. In fact, the kids up there all wear uniforms, too. Brown ones, I understand. Well, listen, have a great day and stay off that line, okay?
Okay.
Good luck to you, pal. 10:58 at WIOD. I knew we didn't have much time left in the hours, and he was calling collect, and God only knows we don't want to pay a whole bunch of money for, collect calls. But it's just shocking the way that phone is working like a real phone today. I mean, I know it can't be done, but Mitch came in here and like that, and it's just a miracle. It's like I'm ready for religion now. I'm so excited.
And you're going to get your control for the overhead.
We're going to get the control for the overhead so we can actually control the level in here, which will be just revolutionary.
He's
actually got it already, and even says overhead on it. He's got it all. The man is a magician. He really is.
Yeah.
He really is. And he said the other guys are nice guys, but try to pretend
to me.
Yeah, some of them have been here too long. You know what I mean? Like when Steve said to me the other day, it can't be done. You know? That's the way it is. And here today, all of a sudden, it's done. You know, it's shocking. Okay, listen, look at this, how much ratings we got to go through that, okay? We could probably do till midnight, all right, if we want to do a ratings marathon here at WIOD, because, the station had a great book, and we want to really rub it in, okay? We want to relish it and savor it and, rub it in everybody else's back, okay? And we're getting the Morton salt out for our friends at W Snooze during the 11 o'clock news. Henry is standing by with the news, and we'll come back with hour number 2 at 11:05. Channel 7 now? Who is this, Joan Lovett?
Joan, I love it. That's right. She's going to pop in and say hi.
I'm going to have Sharon call Joan Lovett at Channel 7 and tell her the disgusting thing that you did to her this morning in there.
That
was rubbing up against Sharon. Had a little accident, you know, these guys that kind of slip and fall, and just happened to rub up against the breasts of these young ladies.
Oh, jeez. Well, these things happen, you know.
And now you're cruising poor Joan over there at Channel 7. Well, we'll get word over to her. Joan, don't come anywhere near him, okay? He's a real desperado,
I'm
right?
really looking forward to meeting
He'll
her.
feel places on your body that you didn't even know were invented yet, all right? It's 8 minutes past 11 at WIOD. All right, getting back into these ratings now. And I know a lot of you are waiting on these phones, and obviously you have a full, rich life, so just hang on. 25 to 54. Did we do this? Oh, men. I'm sorry, men.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we want to do this because WIOD, this is the entire day, Monday through Sunday, 6 to midnight. Number 1, tied with Magic, 7.2. Followed by Joy, EDR, XDJ, from a 2.5 to a 5.1. Oh, I mean, who are they kidding? Waxy, 2.5 to a 4.6. GTR, 7.5 to a 4.6. Kiss, 3.2 to a 4.2. CMQ, Life, Love. Zeta, 4.9 to a 3.7. Y100, She, Wins. TMI, etc. Okay, 6 to 10 a.m., men. Mike Ranieri, this is 25 to 54-year-old men. Ranieri, number 1 with a 7.9, up from a 4.4. Giant number.
Yes.
Followed by Magic with a 6.4.
Oh, nobody even close.
Zeta, 11.4 to a 5.7.
Huh, you're kidding. How could that happen? They turned the corner.
Oh, God, do I love that. 11.4 to a 5.7.
My, oh, my.
Must be a mistake, huh?
Yeah.
GTR 7.6 to a 5.6. EDR 5.1. That's a big pickup for them. Y100 4.0 to a 5.1. As I said, Sonny did very well, but he's not there anymore. Joy, Kiss, Waxy, XDJ 1.3 to a 3.9. Boy, I'm telling you, they got some real interesting fallout on their diaries, I'll tell you that. Gloves 4.6 to a 3.7. That should make you happy. Wins 3.2 to a 3.1. I don't see W Snooze in here. Well, these are kind of younger demographics. We're not into those 95 plus yet. That's where they get. Oh, look at this. 1.8 to a 1.4 in morning. Boy, their mornings just fell through the bottom over there. All right, 10 to 3 midday. This is men 25 to 54. WXDJ an 8.8. I mean WMXJ. I'm sorry.
Good Lord.
They're 4th. Magic first with an 8.8. WIOD is 7.1. We went from a 3.9 to a 7.1. Joy 6.8. DJ from a 2.4 to a 6.4. I got to laugh because it's so ridiculous. For example, length of listenership, 3 hours and 45 minutes a week to 8.5 hours. I mean, come on. Waxy, Life, GTR, EDR, Kiss, etc. What did Zeta do in midday? Oh, look at that. Gonzer 2.3 to a 3.1.
Good Lord.
Oh, my God. They've turned the corner, ladies and gentlemen. 3 to 7 p.m. Men 25 to 54. Magic 8.2. Steve had a 7.4 second. Joy a 6.4. XDJ a 5.5, which is, again, a joke. Waxy, GTR, Gloves, CMQ, EDR. I don't see W Snooze on here anywhere. Where the hell is Alice? Zeta, 2.4 to a 4.0. Oh, boy. In men 25 to 54. That Mike Lyons, man, he is eating them up and spitting them out. Kiss a 3.0 to a 3.9. Wins 2.7 to a 3.1. She a 2.8 to a 3.1. I still haven't found WNWS, WLD. Here they are, a 2.3 down to a 2.0, tying for 20th with Power. In men 25 to 54, 3 to 7. So I guess it was Alice and Cox together in stereo there in the afternoon. Okay, here's Monday through Sunday, men. This is so. Look at this. I can't get through all of this. Where do I stop? I got to stop somewhere. Huh?
You can stop any time now.
No. We got to get these 18 to 34 because we did great.
Okay.
Monday through Sunday, 6 to midnight. Let's see. Number 1 was Hot, 9.2. Oh, boy, from a 4.7 to a 9.2.
Told you.
Woo!
You laughed at
that
me.
Keith Isley, boy. He's got those crayons out, and pretty soon he's going to be using them as suppositories.
They're doing real well.
Power is 7.6. EDR 7.6. GTR 7.6. 3 stations tied for second. That's unusual. Y100, Waxy, Love, She. Now, what happened with the Zeta persons 18 to 34? Can we find them on here? Here they are, from a 4.8 to a 3.2, 14th. That's 6 to midnight. Now we get into the day parts. If the people in the audience aren't being bored by this, then they must be all in the business.
I'm not bored.
Mornings, 6 to 10 a.m., 18 to 34, men and women. KISS, 3-7.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on the wrong page.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah, it can't
They're
be.
11th. I
Yeah.
knew that had to be a mistake. Oh, somebody put these in the wrong order.
That's Spike.
There's a page missing, Spike.
Impossible.
I think there's a page missing. Yeah. Don't blame me for it, baby. It's missing. I'll be damned. Oh, it's in the wrong order. Okay. GTR was number 1. He should have that right on top, 9-1.
Good Lord.
Followed
Great.
by Hot from a 3-5 up to an 8-5.
Yeah.
Y100, 6-6 to an 8-2. I'm telling you, Sonny did very, very well, but he's not there. EDR, Power from a 6-9 flat. She, 3-4 to a 5-1. Gloves, 5-4 to a 4-8. Waxy, Joy, XDJ again. They're all over the place. Magic dropped 6-5 to a 4-6. IOD, this is men and women, 18 to 34 persons, midday from a 0.6 to a 4.
God.
From a 0.6 to a 4.
Bigger than Paul Lyle.
A Zeta from a 2-7 to a 3-2. Boy, that Gonzer, I'm telling you, he had a book that will live in infamy, man. And, of course, it's got to be that strong morning lead-in. W Snooze midday, Sandy, 18 to 34. She's got great demographics from a 0.6 to a 1-4. She is doing it. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at afternoons, 18 to 34. GTR number 1 with an 8-4, followed by Hot up from a 3-7 to a 7-8. Those kids out there are into that Hot. Power, Joy, EDR, XDJ from a 3-1 to a 5-9. Waxy, She, Gloves, Y, Magic. Magic had a pretty bad drop there, 5-8 to a 4-5. Zeta from a 2-8 to a 4-2. So you see in some of these little demographics, man, they're really doing it in midday and afternoon. They really turned the corner. IOD from a 2-2 up to a 2-4. QBA, W Snooze from a 0.4 to a 1-4. Look out. Look out. That Alice is on the move, boy. Now we get into men 18 to 34, okay, which sounds really good to me. 6 a.m. to midnight. We got GTR's number 1 with a 9-9, followed by Hot from a 5-4 up to an 8. Followed by EDR, Power with a 6-5, down from a 9-8. XDJ, oh, here we go. 2-6 up to a 6-5, from 6.5 hours of listenership to 16.5 hours like the listenership today. Do you understand what that means? That means, oh, it's just incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody is smoking some heavy-duty stuff in Beltsville, trust me. That Russ Oasis, man, he's got a sense of humor that is second to none, doesn't he? She, Waxy, Y, Gloves. This is 6 a.m. to midnight. WIOD from a 1-2 to a 4-4 in men 18 to 34. How do you like that? For a little bit of an increase. Zeta from a 6-5 down to a 4-4. Okay, now let's look at the day parts. This ought to be very interesting. 6 to 10 a.m., GTR's number 1 with an 11-6. Y100 a 7-4. That was a big increase from a 4-8, but Sonny's not there anymore. EDR, XDJ from a 2-0 to a 6-5, if you believe that. Hot from a 4-2 to a 6-3, followed by She, Power, Gloves. Zeta from a 15.1, that was our last book there, to a 4.1. Come on now, don't get hostile.
Good Lord.
Waxy, Joy, IOD from a 0.6 to a 3-3. This is men 18 to 34 in the morning. QBA, CMQ, Magic, RMF, INZ from a 1-8 to a 1-2. Oh, boy. Well, they got a lot of young people listening to that news. Midday, 10 to 3. GTR number 1 with 11-4. XDJ, a 2-9 to an 8-7. She with a 7-8. Hot with a 6-2. IOD AM from a 0.4 to a 6-2. Tied for 4th. Followed by Power, EDR, Zeta from a 3-9 to a 4-9 in midday. I'm telling you, Gonzer is, oh, man, he is doing it. They have turned the corner over there, trust me.
No question.
That's good for another book now, okay? They can string it along for one more book.
That's right.
Afternoon, 3 to 7, 18 to 34 men. GTR, number 1 with a 10-2. EDR, Hot, Power, XDJ, She, Zeta from a 3-4 to a 6-2. That Mike Lyons, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, they've turned that corner.
Yeah, no question.
IOD from a 2-9, Steve went up to a 4-2 in men 18 to 34. Where's Alice? Alice? Oh, 0.3 to a 1-4. Okay. I think that's about it. I think the rest of this stuff is we got to do this one. Persons 25. Now, men 25 to 34. That's the one we'll do because we did great, okay?
Great.
We'll pick out the ones we did well in.
Yeah.
Well, that's just about any of them. GTR 10-1, number 1. This is the entire station, 6 a.m. to midnight, Monday through Sunday, followed by XDJ with an 8-5. Oh, Oh,
Ooh.
EDR Waxy IOD from a 1.5 to a 4.9. In men 25 to 34, number 5 in the market, followed by Joy She Zeta from a 7.2 to a 4.7. A little drop there. I wonder where that was. Okay, now let's look at the day parts. 6 to 10 a.m. Number 1, GTR with a 12.7. Y100, way up, but Sonny's not there anymore. EDR XDJ, She, Love, Joy, Kiss, Waxy, Zeta from a 16.0 to a 4.1. Oh, boy, does that do my heart a little bit of good. From a 16 to a 4.1 in men 25 to 34. What happened? Where did they go? I thought they turned the corner over there. Midday,
incredible.
10 to 3. GTR number 1 with a 10.6. XDJ 2.4 to a 10.6. Do you believe that? Of course you don't. Third, WIOD from a 0.6 to a 6.5.
Oh.
And let's see how Steve did in the afternoon. How did Sandy do in that demo?
Sandy.
Oh, those sugar cookies, Sandy. I don't find Sandy on here anywhere. Look at that.
Oh, she's so refined.
I can't find it. Wynn's had a 0.4. Oh, Sandy went from a 0.6 to a 0.4. There she is. I knew if we looked long and hard enough, we'd find Sandy's number somewhere. We got to get a magnify. Let's get one of those Magnavisions that Mike sells in the morning. Okay, let's go down to the drugstore and get one of those. 3 to 7 in the afternoon. GTR was number 1 with a 9.7. Zeta from a 3.5 to a 7.2. That was the big number. Oh, that Mike Lyons, man. He's eating them up and spitting them out. They're doing it. They are doing it. And Steve went from a 4.2 up to a 4.8 in men 18 to 34 in the afternoon. Tied for 8th. Where was Alice? Oh, big pickup. 0.3 to a 1.3. You're doing it, Alice, man. We better watch them. I'm telling you, they're on the move. They are moving it. So that's enough, and if there's anybody in the business who wants to know anything else, we've got everything everything except the book, which hasn't been mailed yet. All right, I'm sorry to bore all the rest of you with that, but it's compulsory. You know, everybody in the business tunes in.
Critical.
I'm getting choked up about it.
Crucial.
I feel like Stan, choking to death with no stogie. By the way, do you think lunch is going to show today?
I hope so. A little salad or something would be...
We're desperate. Carmine's listening. I don't think Carmine... And I gave Stolen Rolls at Gulfstream yesterday, our first pick of the season. It comes in and pays $14.60.
That's right.
Incredible.
And
Thank you so much.
I'm as
for
cold
my
as
information. Ooh, that's good. For my information, the Taft Street Rotisserie is going to be providing food at the remote at Toyota of Hollywood this weekend. Wow.
Good Lord.
Incredible. So if you come by early enough, there might be some goodies there from our friend Joe. Right now, speaking of Toyota of Hollywood, what timing that Laura's got? Is she incredible? We want to invite you to come by. This Saturday, Steve and I are going to be there from...
With Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio 610, WIOD.
It's 11:23 at WIOD. Can we just look at men 18 plus? Because the station was number 1. IOD with a 7.1.
Great.
Isn't that incredible? And in midday, let me just take a look at that. Did we do anything? Life was number 1 with a 7.3. IOD number 2 from a 5.1 to a 6.7 in men 18 plus.
But we haven't turned any corners over here.
No, we're not turning any corners. We're trying to drive, if you pardon the expression, on the straight and narrow path. And over at Zeta, they're busy turning corners, and I think it's very fortuitous that they had those real good, those little, big numbers in certain demographics. A couple of them for Mike Lyons and 1 or 2 for Gonzer. And they're going to say, oh, man, this is it, man. Look at these giant numbers, and we're really doing it. What they don't understand, of course, is that the rest of the place is going to hell in a handbasket. But that's good. We hope that they stick with that for that classic crock. I tuned in this morning for the first time in weeks, and Captain Dave was out sick again. I think that's 3 days in a row. He probably saw the book. And they're pumping out the same crap that they always pump out, and they were talking about their big fax machine and fax us this and fax us that and et cetera. It was great.
It's the closest thing to unlistenable I've heard in a
25 past 11 at WIOD, Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, how you doing now?
Okay.
Hey, listen, I heard you talking about that fuzzball yesterday, Ron Jeremy.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, when he's going to be on Steve's show, here's an interesting bit of trivia for you.
Wait a minute. Who said he was going to be on Steve's show?
That's what I heard.
No, I heard Jeff Stryker's going to be on, not Ron Jeremy.
Oh. Well, anyway, you know he has the ability to felate himself?
Yes, I'm aware of that, sir.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you knew that.
And what you're trying to tell us is that you're jealous, right? No, there was one flick that he was in which he did accomplish that feat, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I remember seeing it.
I do remember vaguely from sometime in my wayward youth having seen that. That is correct. And I told somebody that the other day when he was on with Geraldo, and they didn't believe me.
Yeah, I told a couple of people that they didn't believe me.
They don't. Well, it is hard to believe, you know. But when you're double jointed, I guess the Lord means for you to do some pretty exciting things.
I'd say.
Okay.
All right, well, listen, Neil, you have a good one now.
I hear that jealousy in your voice, sir. Okay, bye. 26 past 11 at WIOD. We have an open line in Broward. I like the way he feeled. That was very pseudo-intellectual, wasn't it? That was excellent. Great caller, sir. I'm serious. That was so delicately and tastefully done, if you pardon that expression.
That's right.
Okay, let's see. 524 WIOD. There's an open line in Broward, and also Palm Beach 655 WIOD. So we got a couple of open lines on the board. We're all through with the ratings. I realize we probably put most of the audience in a coma, but tough. You know, that's the breaks. I mean, that's part of our heavy responsibility in this community. And not only that, but the phone is fixed. It works like a real living and breathing normal phone. So even if you have nothing to say, call on those two lines and make us feel good, okay? Because it really looks great.
Yeah.
Especially in Palm Beach, okay? Because we got another 34 minutes that were, of course, Mike Miller, you know. I never thought about that. We can't compete there either. So we're probably finished in Palm Beach.
Brutal.
Huh? Margate, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Neil?
Yeah.
Hi, it's Kim.
How you doing, Kim?
Good. I wanted to call and say thank you.
For what?
Last week my boyfriend called you, and he asked you what would be a good place to take his girlfriend for her birthday. And
right.
He suggested La Tavernetta.
Yeah.
And we went Saturday night.
Oh, boy, it's great, isn't it?
Yes, it was so good.
And the service is just so perfect, man. As soon as you put your water glass down, they fill it up again. It's
I know.
It's
it was
great.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the veal. It was delicious.
That baby cow, boy. It's fantastic.
It was so good.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Oh, good. Well, I just wanted to call and say thank you.
Good. How old were you?
16.
16?
Yeah.
Boy, that's a wonderful age. Now, you don't want to wear uniforms to school, do you?
No.
No, I didn't think so. It's only these douchebag parents that want their kids to wear uniforms, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's great. 27 past 11 at WIOD, and we have an opening in Broward if you move quickly. Now that the phones are going to work, they're not going to call. I mean, we do have a lot of calls on there, but it would be so exciting. Okay, let's do it this way. Everybody who'd like to have Alan Burke back. No, seriously, everybody that wants the Dean back, let's get those lines going, okay? Or if you want Paul Harvey back, come on. 524 WIOD in Broward. We won't even take the call. We just want to see them flash, all right? And 655 WIOD in Palm Beach. Okay, there goes 4. There goes 6, okay? See, we have to go through a retraining process now that the phone actually works like this. Does yours work like that in there too now, Nick? In other words, it works normal. Oh, my God. This is a day that will live in infamy, ladies and gentlemen. Mitch Ween, I told you he was the best in the business, and here we were monkeying around with all these. I mean, these other guys are wonderful guys, but they're a little confused, you know. They've been under a lot of pressure for a long time. And Mitch said, no problem. And he walked in here, no equipment or no screwdriver. He just waved his hand, and immediately, like an act of God, the phone straightened itself out. He gave it a dirty look as if to say, if you don't straighten out, you've had it, okay? We're going to call in some 2-bit private phone company. And right away, AT&T got the message, okay? It's shocking. It really is. Hi, Aaliyah. Hello.
Hi. What am I being punished about? Good morning, Neil. I hope I'm not out of line.
Out of line, Mary Lou.
No, not really, because...
Well, you said it.
The 16-year-old, you asked her the question about the uniforms, and this is what I called
about. The unicorns?
Yeah. Neil?
Maybe the unicorn will send over lunch today. Boy, that would be fantastic.
Dude, what a treat.
That would be. God, I would go crazy.
I live too far. I would bring you lunch.
No, that's okay.
Sorry. Neil, I'm sorry, but I have to give my response on the uniforms. Remember the young lady who...
The unicorns?
Yeah, the unicorn, the young lady who called shortly before 10:35?
If you say so.
Yes, you don't recall?
No.
That she
oh, yes, I do, yeah.
Okay,
she likes the uniforms, yeah.
Yeah, because she has 3 kids to dress up in the morning and so on. Well, Neil, I do feel the same way you do, and I'm not just saying this just to butter you up.
No,
but
of course not.
No, I'm not. I've always been this way when I discuss with my friends about how parents nowadays, mainly, I just feel that most parents, not all, but most parents are putting this pressure on our children. Because,
you realize that since Oprah lost the weight, she looks worse now than she did before?
Not worse, but not too good.
Yeah, she looks bad.
Yes, she does.
I'm not trying to change the subject.
No, well, I want to...
But I was just thinking of that exploitative show that she did yesterday with those autistic savants. It was, I swear to you, and she comes out and she's got the gall, the chutzpah to look in a camera and say, "Oh, we're not exploiting Robert here. We want you to understand it." No, it's like a freak show, honey. It was tragic. It was so sad, you know. And all she's doing is milking it for every dime she can milk out of it, you know.
That's true.
And my mother looks at me and she says in her own naive way, "Oh, she has no control over who's on the program." And I said to her, "She owns the company, for crying out loud. It's her production company. Yes. She picks the producers. She hires. She fires. She sits down with these douchebags and picks all of these horrible topics."
Yes.
My mother, man, who lives in such a naive dream world, you know.
I just watched a part of it because I was visiting my aunt, and...
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second, okay? No, seriously. Oh, wait a minute. They already hung up anyway. I was going to go. It says Davy in a hurry, and they hung up, so don't worry about it. They were in such a big hurry, they disappeared.
But I agree with you. Neil, on this uniform and all, parents to allow the state to come in and tell our... children.
And you don't know the name of that shopping center on the Griffin and University, do you?
No, probably the Sheet Center.
The Sheet Center. That could be it. Because I thought that was the Shops of Davy, and I already did this correction because I've been giving people a bum steer about where the Armadillo Cafe is, and it's so good, I don't want people going to the wrong place. It's on Davy Road in this little hillbilly kind of looking. You would relate to it because, you know, over there in Hialeah, you got a lot of hillbilly stuff.
No, I like to visit that Davy area.
You might even find Bill Anderson over there.
Oh, well, Bill Anderson is coming out with his own autobiography soon.
His autobiography? Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, when you live in South Florida, you always write an autobiography. In fact, I hear that Joe Cocker is writing an autobiography. It's called The Alta Cocker Story.
Neil?
Yes.
I have a free
Say
coupon
goodbye.
if you would like one
No,
to the
thanks.
Poor Folks Restaurant.
No, I'll pass on that.
You haven't tasted
No,
the
I
food
can't make up my mind whether I want the red soup or the white soup. Listen, Mary Lou, have a nice day.
Hey, just a minute. What about
Please.
the bird?
No, thanks,
Well,
Mary.
he'll pass.
Have a nice
Thank
day.
you.
If he eats there, he'll pass.
Oh,
That's
one
what he's
more thing
afraid
I
of.
forgot to
Say
ask
goodbye,
you,
Mary Lou. Yes.
Neil,
Yeah.
on the lottery, how come one news report gives that 3.9% of the monies is going to education, and another news report said 35%. Which is it?
Well, because Rebecca Paul can't make up her mind how much she's turned loose. Have a nice day, Mary Lou.
You too.
Bye. Okay, it's 11:33 at WIOD, and we got it. Speaking of the lottery, if you're a sucker, you'll play the lottery. If you have any brains, you'll get over to Pompano Harness tonight, okay? I mean, you can keep puking out that lottery money, and, I'm going to win 14 million, 100 million. You're not going to win anything, all right? At Pompano, you with a little luck and a little OD.
My mannequins in my bedroom. Hello. Oh, I just lost my house keys.
11:37 at WIOD. And it is incredible, it really is. It's astonishing. We have an open line in Broward. If you move quickly now, as they say, 524 WIOD. And, of course, the Palm Beach. Look at that, two of them in Broward. Boy, I'll tell you, now that we got the phone working, they don't want to talk to us. In Broward, anyway. 524-9463. Have we done something to offend them in Broward, you think?
Well, you saw the book.
Oh, Nick wants you to know he doesn't relay messages again, okay? Don't give him messages. If you want to talk to us, that's what these lines are for. If you want to give him a big song and a dance and Haka Chinik, he's not interested in that, okay? He's not there to take your messages. He's got more important things to do.
You can fax
And when we
it.
find out what they are, man, then we're all going to be in good shape.
You can fax it,
Deerfield, hello.
Hi, Neil.
Hi.
I have a spy report for you from Waxy.
Great.
I was listening to Rick and Suds this morning.
Rick and Spuds.
Yes, and a lady called up and said she heard on your show yesterday that they were going to She,
Mm-hmm.
and that Sonny was going to Waxy.
Mhm.
They said absolutely not.
Really?
Yeah.
That means it's true, huh? Probably.
You know what they said?
When
though?
anybody in this business says absolutely not, that should be the first clue.
It can't be done.
Yeah, that's right.
But they said that you guys always talk about everybody else on the radio and you never talk about them, so that must mean that you like them.
Personally, they're good guys because they love this show, so I can't say anything bad about them. But as far as their show is concerned, they had, well, let's see what they did in the morning, okay? Let me be fair. They may have had a big book. Unlikely, but they may have had a big book, okay? 12 plus, 6 to 10 a.m. Waxy. Well, they're not on the first page, okay?
Not a good sign.
Second page, 3-0. They went from a 2-8 to a 3-0. Tied for 16th with W Snooze, so I think there may be something, an omen about that, okay?
Well, I may have helped their numbers go up a couple of points when I stopped listening to you at that time in the morning and started listening to them. I think a lot of people did.
Really?
because they have a little bit of joking around, and you know.
Yeah, but if they would be awake when they come on. See, when I used to drive into the parking lot, they come on at 5:30, right?
Right.
And some mornings I'd get to the station about 5:35 or thereabouts, so I'd hear the first 5 minutes of them coming on, and they always sound like they're asleep.
I don't listen that.
Oh, yeah, you know, that kind of stuff. Like, don't bother us. We can't talk. We're still sleeping, you know.
Well, the reason I like their show is because Dawn is on there, and it's like a woman's point of view sometimes with, you know, those two crazy guys. So it's kind of
Who's Dawn?
Dawn Murray.
Dawn Murray.
Mm-hmm. Traffic. Doesn't she do Traffic?
Dawn Murray?
Dawn,
I thought he was an actor who died.
No,
Dawn.
not Dawn. Dawn.
Dawn.
Yeah, Dawn.
Are you sure you're not from New York?
I am, but I've been gone a long time.
You've been gone with Dawn?
I've been gone a long time.
Okay.
Have
well, thanks for the report, and tell Rick and Spuds they're okay in our book, and
we'll
keep pumping those threes out. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. 20 till noon at WIOD. We have a mobile in Palm Beach. This is frightening. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
May I talk to the bird?
Go ahead.
Bird, I heard you talk about the Oriental women last week.
Uh-huh.
With the mammary glands.
Yes.
I have to tell you a story with you, sir.
Okay.
When I was in the Navy, I was overseas. I met
Are you telling us or singing us this song?
a little of both.
Oh.
I met an Oriental woman, had, you know, fairly well endowed.
I thought I was the one who brought up the thing about Oriental women, but I could be wrong. Go ahead, sir.
Now, remember you talking about the Thai restaurant in Kendall?
Both of us kind of brought it up
Oh,
together.
okay. Go ahead, though, because I'm not the boob expert, sir. You're right. The bird is into the boobs.
You got that right. And she was very well endowed, but she had one problem.
What?
She had no teeth.
No teeth?
No teeth.
Well, we've been known to make concessions, you know.
She was... goodbye.
Okay, there he goes. What was that all about?
Well,
he said she was... Goodbye.
I was...
what did that mean?
I don't know, but I was accosted at Thai Orchid last week, I guess, about this.
Oh, wait a minute. We got another cab driver in a big rush here. Hello.
Uncle Neil, I'm not in that big of a rush.
Oh, do you want me to put you back on hold?
No, that's okay.
Okay.
The parking lot at the airport is still empty. No one started coming in.
Oh, in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, that's good.
That's right. No one started coming in for the Super Bowl yet.
Great.
But
they got all the helmets up on I-95 on the light towers, man. That's great.
I saw that yesterday. I saw that going to Miami yesterday.
I will say this. I must say one thing. They finally, and it took them years, but the DOT or whoever's responsible, they finally did something semi-intelligent.
No.
And that is on the divider on I-95 and that one stretch there about Miami Gardens Drive and Ives Dairy Road. They've got those little trees and bushes growing in the middle and the median.
One of these days they'll be big enough to block the sight.
Some of them already are, and you can't see what's happening on the other side.
Isn't that nice?
That's going to avoid so many traffic tie-ups with the rubberneckers. It's going to be worth its weight in matzo balls.
Exactly. The beach report. The beach is dark and cloudy.
Yeah.
Everybody's leaving. There's like 400 checkouts from a couple of the big hotels down here today. There's about 400 check-ins also, and they're all trying to do it at once.
Yeah, I bet they are.
You should see the doorman at the Harbor Beach. They're going
That was the problem in Fort Lauderdale when they had all those young people there, sir. They were all trying to do it at once, and that's what got Bob Cox apoplectic.
Well,
if I can
Bob
steal
Cox
a word
ought to
from
be
Lou Fowler.
apoplectic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all we need is another one of him.
Okay, well, listen, have a great day, pal.
Have a good one.
Good luck to you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I thought it was an important call. 11:42 at WIOD. There's an opening in Broward. 524 WIOD. What are we going to do about Sandy, boy? She's slipping rapidly, huh? So what were you saying?
I was accosted about this very subject because we did spend an entire show on this.
About big breasts?
About big breasts on Oriental women. And they told me there that in any race, any creed, any color in the world, you're going to have big and small in any category of people. And they said you will see anything with Oriental.
Yeah, if you look hard enough.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what they all said to me. That was all. That was all.
Well, that's pretty profound. What is that, little kind of like high philosophy?
Yes, exactly what it is. And it's probably true. If you think about it. Ponder it today.
Yeah, it is pretty ponderous, you're right. Okay, that Palm Beach line, man, I'm telling you, I'm so tired. That would be our next project. And look how fast we got, the phones working right. Just in one moment, Mitch straightened that out.
I told you we had
you fakers up in Palm Beach, if you don't use that line, that's going to disappear just as rapidly. Come in here and flip his thing, and before you know it, that line will be like a Monroe County line, because we get inundated with calls from Monroe County. Why couldn't we just have an 800 number for all those calls we get from out of town?
Wouldn't that be great?
We get a lot more calls from out of town than we do from Palm Beach, I'll tell you that.
I would love to have an 800 number. I would love to have
far more calls from out of town than we ever get from Palm Beach.
Yeah.
Miami, hello.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Okay.
This is Pete Boulder.
Pete Boulder.
Yeah, please come back to later, please. Please.
Butch up, sir. Come on.
Well, they turned the corner, but they realize they're going the wrong way.
Well, they got a couple of pretty interesting numbers in there. I mean, it's one thing about ratings. There's so many numbers that if you look hard enough, you'll find something, So they got a real story in there now.
Yeah, well, congratulations on what you guys did.
Thank you.
But you got to watch out for the next book that comes out. Remember, you're going to be up against Lee Fowler now.
That is true. Yeah, we never counted on that. See, we're just extrapolating what we did in the last 5 out of these 12 weeks in here, figuring how great it was. But we didn't have Mike Miller and Lee Fowler to contend with. That could be the turning point for us. Could be the kiss of death.
Better enjoy it while you can.
Okay.
All right, y'all take care.
Well, we got to wait before you go. We got it straightened out, though. We have to get those people in line up there in Palm Beach. We're dressing up all the talk hosts in little uniforms.
Oh, okay, so they all look the same?
And sound the same.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
11:45 at WIOD, and we know that Lee is preparing now frantically to go on the air with his guest. Let's see, his guest today is the one who canceled out on Steve's show 2 weeks ago. Did he really do Jamie from the condo? Or he's going to do it next week from the Viewpoint condos. Now, Steve has done that twice. He's done a magnificent job with it. It's got national media attention. These people live, is it in Tamarack? It's somewhere in Broward, right? Wherever the hell it is. It's somewhere in Broward. What does that have to do with West Palm Beach?
Oh, Margate.
Is it in Margate?
Yeah,
okay. Well, again, it's right by Tamarack, Margate.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got about as much to do with anything going on in West Palm Beach as the Man in the Moon, okay? But Steve did it, so therefore Fowler has got to do the same show. Lee, you've got no shame. No shame. Boca, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? Hey, now the phones are like this. Can you do screenless?
Yeah, we can do screenless.
That's great.
I bet you're one of those who's just waiting for it. Well, that's why That's why I raised such a big stink about this, because you can't do screenless when one little line blips here and you can't do it like that.
And screenless sometimes with those were some of your better shows. Too.
That is correct.
More entertaining.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question about these ratings. Now, in the afternoons on INZ,
yes.
What kind of difference are we talking between now and back when Stan was on?
Oh, big difference. Let me give you an example. Okay, men 25 to 54, all right, 3 to 7 p.m. WINZ, when Stan was there, summer of 87, a 5, then a 6-9, a 5-1, and a 5-1. Then he leaves, 2-7-3-1.
Excuse me, sir. This is Southern Bell Operator.
No, operator, you don't have any emergency call. It's a talk show. Find the number that's calling you. It's a crank, and just chew them out, okay, operator?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay.
Is that kid in Boca?
I don't know who it is. Well, you're in Boca, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that same jerk, and if Southern Bell would do something about that, they could nail his butt, but good.
Nail his butt to the wall.
Yeah. They could make him into butt-licking butt sauce. Anyway, let's see, 25 to 54 persons. Let's look at WINZ 3 to 7, okay? If we can find them on here, because it's a pretty low number. That's not on this page. Here it is. Stan had a 3-5, a 4-5, a 3-9, and a 4-2. Then it went, when he left, to a 1-7 and a 1-9. They've lost much more than half the audience in the good demographics. They've got nothing but old farts over there, basically.
Hey, Spike, hire this guy.
Okay.
Okay.
Good luck to you, sir.
Hey, where's your? Did you put your bumper sticker up yet?
Which one?
I'd rather be in Rochester.
Oh, no, I'm saving that for a special. In fact, I got my Don and Bob's cap somebody sent me. Kathy, I want to thank you very much. Kathy from Rochester sent me my very own blue Don and Bob's cap today, okay?
I was watching Channel 10 last night, the news, for the first time in, like, a long time.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think it was Tom Jicka said that they're like the National Enquirer.
Yeah, tabloid news, yeah.
Tabloid news. They're showing a bag of coagulated blood on TV. They showed
I
baby
saw that,
Calvin's
yeah.
liver.
I saw that.
Disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that's really all I have to say.
And I thought to myself, Walter Cronice never looked better, you know? Okay, have a good one.
Oh, yeah, in my opinion, Rick Sutterman is a fascist.
Okay.
Good day.
Bye. He said in his opinion.
I know.
Which I'm not touching with the 10-foot pole. It's, let's see, Boca's open 278-9463, and Palm Beach, even with all of our threats, we can't get Palm Beach going today, okay?
No.
655 WIOD. This is the last chance for the Palm Beach line. If it doesn't ring I'm not talking about another line checker or crank, but if it doesn't flash now, we don't get a real call on there, I am physically going to remove line 8 forever from this board, okay? Nothing.
No.
Wait a minute.
Time.
Hello?
Yeah, can I talk to Neil Rogers?
Hold on. Okay, it's 11:49. I can't believe it. That was on line 8. Boy, that gentleman, he's the guy that saved Palm Beach. You realize that?
Congratulations.
Probably be a great movie. The Man Who Saved Palm Beach on WIOD. It's 11 till noon, and if you're just kind of sitting...
Learned about that house doubt. Listen.
Chances are. Hi. Hello.
Water's warm, huh?
I'll say.
You come here often?
Pardon me?
Have you been here before?
No, first time.
What's your name?
Freeway.
Freeway, that's nice. I'm Spigot.
Pleased to meet you, Spigot.
Same here. You here to get clean or what?
Oh, I don't know.
You work around here?
I'm a waiter, but actually I'm an actor, you know.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's tough, isn't it? You probably need to relax.
Oh, I'll say, but, with everything that's in the news and all, it's just...
Hey, you can start relaxing right now, Freeway. I brought something.
Ooh,
sheath. And Freeway, not just any sheath either. Look.
Wow, gold lame.
Pretty kicky condom, huh? But here's the most important part, Freeway. The Protect label.
Protect, huh? Aren't those endorsed
by the City Council of San Francisco? Absolutely. You know the Protect slogan, don't you?
I sure do.
Certified safe by the city by the bay. Well, what do you say?
Darn, look at that. I dropped the soap again.
Oh.
I'll get it.
You bet your life he will. And with confidence, because Freeway and Spigot have condom sense. Don't let worry spoil those chance meetings and public showers. Always carry Protect.
Protect. Keeping my mind free as can be. Protect. Been down with no apology.
Don't doubt. Know what it's all about. The Protect sheath, so they won't send you a wreath. Protect Condoms, a division of Black Flag House and Garden Pest Control Division, keeping situations safe since 1887.
11:54 at WIOD. We got a call on. Since we left you before the break, the caller on Palm Beach disappeared. Now we got a new one on there on 8 from Palm Bay. Hello.
I know. This is the guy that saved Palm Beach.
Oh, you're what?
I'm the guy that saved Palm Beach.
Oh, are you the one? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Palm Bay,
guy?
I'm from Palm Bay.
Well, that's close enough.
I was talking to that old horse trainer again, He said they used to shoot them full of cortisone and keep dropping them down in class until they're ready for the hot dog factory.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Great. Whatever you say.
Huh?
Okay, well, we knew if it was from Palm Bay, it was going to be a good call. Thanks so much. Opening in Palm Beach again, 655 WIOD, man. Ever since we've come here, that line has been the definitive line. 7's in a running there, but 8 is definitely the wiener, okay?
Yeah.
Miami, hello.
Yeah, how you doing, Neil?
Pretty damn good.
That commercial is so funny, it cracks me up whenever I hear it.
Do you?
How you doing, Bert?
Is it a commercial?
Yeah, the one that you had for Freeway and
Spigot, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, there's a couple things I wanted to cover. First of all, I sent in my tape the day before, and it was on the 30th of December.
Oh, yeah.
And I haven't received it yet, and I was wondering if you might know about it. I could give you my name, and you could
sure, yeah.
remember.
No, good luck to you.
No? Okay, well, anyway.
No. Well, there's still 2 boxes here that haven't been done yet, so you still have a chance.
Okay, well, I hope so.
I'd say it's pretty slim, but you still have a chance.
All right. Also, did you know that at Dadeland Mall, I don't know if they have it on special days or whatever, but they have a walk for fitness where they have a bunch of gray hairs down there.
Oh, blue hairs?
Around. Yeah, blue hairs.
Another stack of tapes.
Yeah.
Great.
Look at this. We just got some more tapes, and maybe yours is in a bunch.
No, I don't think so. I sent mine on the 30th.
You're not in Pembroke Pines, are you?
No, Miami.
That's good. Oh, you're in Miami. Well, let's see. Where's this one from? This one's got, like, postage due on it. 35 cents postage due.
Excellent.
And it doesn't even have a return address. That wouldn't be yours, would it?
No, I sent mine with a return address envelope, and how much does it cost to send the tape?
85 cents.
That much?
You don't live on Prospect Drive, do you?
No.
Okay,
That might be the reason why. I had a 25-cent stamp in there.
What, on the thing?
On the return envelope
on the return.
and on my
Well, that's
envelope
okay.
that I sent it in on.
No problem with that.
Okay.
You're all right.
Now you'll get it.
Well, there's one more thing that I wanted to do.
Yeah, I hear that in the background there. What is it?
No, that's someone I work with. He's being a jerk.
Is he?
But anyway...
Is he a douchebag, sir?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
So is my brother-in-law at Grant Center House, but I wanted to call him a douchebag.
Okay. Great.
Can I do an impersonation of Glenn?
Sure.
All right, here it is. How was that?
Excellent. Your tape is on the way, sir.
All right, thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
11:56 at good old WIOD. We have an opening in date. If you move quickly now, 751-9463. 751 WIOD. Our topic today is large-breasted Neanderthals who appear on the Oprah Winfrey Show. Let's go to Hollywood, shall we? Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yeah.
In the Garden of Eden lay Adam, complacently stroking his madam, and loud was his mirth, for he knew that on earth there were only two balls, and he had 'em.
That's cute. Okay, it's 11:57 at WIOD, and we have some more tapes for my collection here, which I'm going to be opening during the course of the noon news, and I'm hoping that they're real good ones. You know?
Yeah.
Can I just open one on the air?
I like those Max Selwyn's and those.
Let me
Sonys.
say it again. If your tape, in other words, if you don't have it by now, we do have a couple of boxes that Rich still has to dump.
Yeah.
Small boxes. Don't panic.
Small boxes.
But if it doesn't come in the next couple of days, oh, look at this, a TDK, a 90, brand new, still in the wrapper. Good, I need
these. Will be coming in for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. Keep them on the way. Now, don't forget, you'll never see it again, okay? Don't say that we misrepresented it or we did this. You will never, ever see the tape again because the deadline has long since passed, okay?
It's almost
long since passed. I mean, when was it? Last Thursday?
Yeah, almost a week.
It's almost a week. Now, if you got a blank tape, let's see. I do understand recording yourself. What is this?
Boy, they think of it.
Wait a minute. What is this? This tape is essentially inaudible. Half your recording is drowned out by the existing music. Well, when you send us a tape that's got stuff on it, they're not going to start bulk erasing all the cassettes. They don't have time for that. So I guess that's another one that I'm going to take.
Another one. Too bad.
Well, I'll leave it up to Rich. He can do whatever, because it's a crappy tape. Look at that. Pro-Fi.
Oh,
come on, pal. Don't be sending us a bunch of cheap, crappy tape. Who is this from? BR. Oh, this is the one that don't even... Look at this. It's got insufficient... No, I'm not giving this to
Throw it out.
No. When in doubt, throw it out. I don't even know if I want to keep the cassette, although it might be interesting to hear what's on it. Fat Rich says he's sending out about 100 tapes on Thursday, okay? That's what he says.
Okay.
That's a message we just got on our hot little screen. We got a couple of open lines in Broward if you want to get online for the big 12 to 1 hour. The number is 524-WIOD, 524-9463. And I'm going to open these last ones. And like I said, if you continue, if you're dumb enough to keep sending them in, we love all the checks for the Camillus House. That's great, terrific. They are much appreciated. They can continue using the money. But as far as you're ever seeing these tapes again, on a scale of 0, your chance is double minus infinity, okay, if there's such a thing?
Well, you're getting a good collection of new tapes.
Let's see what this one is now, just before the news break. Take a look.
Another tape.
Not too bad. Sony. Sony is, not really, that's not the high class. Okay, we like Maxells and TDKs, but Sony will do. And, of course, the rest of this is going straight in the old you-know-where. Okay, April is here, I believe. Is she not? April Wortham with a good old WIOD noon news report, and we'll come back with hour number 3 at 12:05. Steve with open phones from 2 to 6 this afternoon.